for all the shit that we talk on High Nine News, to Jason and his favorite Republican lawmakers for being obstructionists that they are and pretty much opposing any kind of common sense cannabis legislation that comes their way. I think it's also important to highlight the rare couple of moments each day that a broken clock is right. So, in the spirit of true, fair, and balanced reporting, unlike the slanted bullshit certain mainstream news networks claim to provide, today I'm going to do just that and give a big shout out to the Republican co chair of the Congressional Cannabis Caucus, Ohio Representative Dave Joyce, whose actions this week just might lead to the first significant win for aspiring legal operators in Washington, D.C. since ever. Marijuana Moments' Kyle Yeager reported that a GOP House committee has unveiled a large-scale spending bill that omits a long-standing rider blocking Washington, D.C. from legalizing recreational cannabis sales and separately adds new protections for banks that work with state legal cannabis businesses. The House Appropriations Financial Services and General Government, aka FSGG, subcommittee posted its 2025 fiscal year spending measure yesterday with a markup on the legislation scheduled for today. The notable cannabis-related changes from past sessions come under the panel's new leadership, and Representative Dave Joyce, co-chair of the Congressional Cannabis Caucus and lead sponsor for the standalone bipartisan marijuana banking legislation, is chairing the subcommittee. Per the article, the District of Columbia has been barred from using its local tax dollars to implement a commercial cannabis market for years under a rider from another Republican, Maryland's most decorated prohibitionist lawmaker, Representative Andy Harris. Your boy, Jason. Lawmakers have attempted to remove the prohibition several times without success, but now under Joyce's leadership, the provision has been excluded from the base bill, a move that would require Harris or other supporters to proactively seek to add it back in via amendment. Yeager says that even President Joe Biden has consistently maintained the DC ban in his budget proposals, making it all the more notable that it was removed from a version in a GOP-controlled committee. Here's what Joyce had to say. As subcommittee chairman, I ensure the provisions in this bill will only take strides to make our communities safer. I appreciate that a few of my colleagues have concerns with the safety of readily accessible cannabis products. I share these concerns, but blocking their regulation only exacerbates these issues. That sounds like a shot. He's trying to take out the trap right there. I don't know if he'll win, but we'll see. Lawmakers in the district have enacted certain workarounds, including allowing people to self-certify as medical marijuana patients, but the congressional blockade has been a consistent source of frustration. Also, the newly introduced FSGG legislation includes language to prevent federal regulators from penalizing financial institutions for working with state-licensed marijuana and hemp businesses. While it remains to be seen if hating-ass Andy Harris and them will take the bait and get proactive, I do think a valuable lesson can be learned here. When elephants fight, everybody wins. I'm Rico Lamitte, the dopest dad on the street for High 9 News, and I'd love to hear what the rest of y'all think about this one. DC, going forward.
Oh, I love
Shout
this.
out Representative Dave Joyce.
Yes. Love Dave Joyce. He's a good friend of mine. Great job, Dave Joyce. We appreciate you and all the work that everyone at your office does for our community. And this is a big win for DC and the whole cannabis community just in general.
Yeah, a rare Republican dub, but credit where credit is due.
Absolutely.
Hold on a second. Are we getting the Democratic Socialist Party to say that a Republican did a good thing right now?
I mean, if we have a
Joyce
party,
did a good thing.
we have a Democratic Socialist Party. This is news to
and
me.
all that extra stuff. I don't go on that. I judge a man by the content of his character.
I started off giving y'all love, man. You trying to push it?
And by the way,
I'm excited.
I'm an independent, Jason. I wish we had a Democratic Socialist Party. I would gladly join it, but last I checked, we don't. We have a neoliberal corporate-owned Democratic Party, and fuck them.
Okay.
The same people that own the Democrats own the Republicans. Let's keep it a buck.
There is a uniparty. There is for sure a uniparty.
Yep.
Factions in between.
It is for sure. But like for real though, you do have to give credit where credit is due, because when people step outside, like that's not easy for Dave Joyce to do in those rooms that he's in. He's in rooms with a lot of really old school conservatives, right? That are still in the drug warrior ilk. The newer conservative generation coming up has been raised with cannabis and has a different mindset, right? But the rooms that Dave Joyce is in are not that. These are not your, California conservative college campus kids coming up that he's talking to here. These are old Tom Cottons and McConnells and these cats that have been stuck in the drug war for their entire careers and made careers off of it. So Dave Joyce, shout out for doing this. I don't know if it's going to really be, I'm optimistic, but I don't know if they've tried this before and they usually rip that part out of the rider. For some reason, they don't want to let DC succeed in this fashion. I don't know why. It makes way more sense to regulate it and tax it than the chaos that you guys have going on over there right now. It makes no sense. But, I mean, what makes sense in DC right now in 2024? Not much.
I mean, Rico hit it on the head. The reason is that all the legislators and the lobbyists and all the white people with money that work in D.C. live in Baltimore and Virginia and all these other places. And D.C. proper is predominantly black. That is it. They do not. That's what they don't want. It's just the same notions that drove the drug war from the beginning are perpetuating why there is still prohibition in D.C. despite them having multiple popular votes to overturn that.
A lot of them. Easiest way to not get an answer or to make a Republican squirm is ask them why D.C. or Puerto Rico deserve to be states or do not deserve to be states. Why, Jason?
Oh, because they don't deserve to be states because they're not states. And on that, we're going to go to a commercial and we're going to be right back.